What's up, everybody? It's Cyber Awareness Month, and I would be remiss if I didn't share with you my number one trick for writing cyber insurance in bulk. Come on, let's go talk. As my good friend Scott Howell always says, I'm the guy that's going to give you all 15 ingredients to Aunt B's chili, and we're going to talk about my number one hack as a producer for writing cyber insurance in volume. Now listen, managed services providers in today's day and age are a very, very difficult class of business to write, and it's not something that you want to dabble in as an agent. You really need to go deep and understand exactly what they're doing and how to properly cover them. Simply writing a policy and hoping for the best is not the way you want to go about this class for certain, because it has to be customized to their exact operations. I also don't recommend that you combine the tech E&O and the cyber unless it's a great form that you're 100% comfortable with, because you can have some loopholes in there for the carrier to get out of paying claims that you don't want. But enough about that. The number one thing that I do, and you know that I do this because I talk all the time about focusing on the problem that needs to be solved and not the product that you're selling. You gotta look at the master services agreement. Not only will it tell you how your client has handled risk transfer and whether or not it's effective, it's gonna show you things like what they're requiring of their clients to make sure that they're pushing as much of the frontline risk off on their clients as possible, because let's face it, hackers love managed services providers. Why? Because they're the gatekeeper to literally hundreds, if not thousands, of other businesses. So if they can get to the mothership, everybody else is going to get destroyed in the process, right? So my number one hack is I look at the master services agreement and I require all of my master agreements for managed services providers to require that their clients have a cyber limit of at least $1 million. Well, David, why would you do that? Well, let's go back to what I talk about on the podcast all the time. I am not the guy that wants to make 10 phone calls to get one appointment. I want to make one phone call and get 10 appointments, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. If you have a managed services provider that has 500 clients of their own, that's 500 cyber opportunities for you. Who do you think they're going to refer their clients to, right? If you can make this important to them, if you can show them a path of least resistance for how they can refer each and every one of their clients to you just to meet that cyber requirement, there are endless opportunities for you to round accounts and write more business than you've ever thought about writing before. I talk about workers' comp a lot, but people, do not sleep on cyber. It is a huge way for you to lead in and write new business. But if you want to go after the MSPs, those managed services providers, you got to focus on how you can write it in bulk, and then have a process on the back end for remarketing to those clients you write cyber for to round the account into all lines and bring them back in. If you can do that, beyond a shadow of a doubt, you're gonna kill it in commercial insurance.